If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host Barbara here with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am. Hello, Johnny.
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2024. So we agreed that the topic for today was going to be the new year. And, you know, it's always, for me, it seems like Christmas is what I like to think of as kind of a refueling time. You know, it's sort of like I refuel and then, you know, I start the new year. I don't know if you're the same way. Are you the same way?
I felt it this year. I was really looking back about a lot, but it just was the best Christmas, which I was not expecting. And when I got the best Christmas ever, the best Christmas present ever, then I really started reflecting, and then I started to really be grateful too. How about you after your Christmas?
Do you want to say it was it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. But what would you mind if I ask you what was the best Christmas present you got was?
Yes, that I would love to tell you. If people have been listening to our show, they would know for really 2 to 3 years I have been struggling with just too much stuff. Like my threshold of clutter was overwhelming me. And I was researching, and, you know, I have a very nice sized storage compartment that I had everything in, but I brought it all into my apartment for some reason. And it was after my mother died, and I inherited all of her clothes, her very beautiful clothes. So I had all her stuff, my daughter's stuff, my stuff, and stuff from storage all brought in just so I could organize it. Well, it really took over my life, and I couldn't even control it. The piles in the mountains were just growing because everything was mixing together, and then the categories were so messed up. And then people would try to come and help me and mess me up even more. And they'd always visit me, too, which then I couldn't deal with my stuff when they were visiting. So I would just throw it all into a huge one pile of stuff and shove it into the mini storage here at the apartment and then bring it out and try to reorganize that at a later date, which never did work. I never could chip away at it. It became completely out of control, literally out of control. And it affected my life, too. It stopped me from living, stopped me from doing things. I couldn't find anything. It caused a lot of tardies at school. It caused a lot of just being late to everything. It caused a lot of cancellations because I just couldn't cope. I couldn't function. I could not function, and I literally felt like I was suffocating. Well, my friend Robin, 6 weeks before Christmas, out of the blue, I hadn't even seen her for years. We stay in touch, but she's my friend from Seattle where I grew up. And she said, I'm going to come for Christmas and spend it with you and your daughter, Priscilla. Okay, great. Well, I had 6 weeks to really do these piles and stuff. I got them organized, but they were still in my container, which basically we live in a container. If you want to look at it that way, I've researched this a lot, and then this one lady put it this way. Do you want that item in your container, which you do live? Because we are all about containers. Oh, storage is all about, look at all these wonderful containers I have. But then if you're living within, your containers are in your containers, what's the point of the container? The container, we need to fill it and then get it out of our way so we can walk a straight line in our living space and feel free. So she came. she's like, forget whale watching, Barbara. We're going to take care of this, and it's going to all be done after tomorrow. So on Christmas, I picked her up from the airport. We opened presents. We laughed. It's very hard to cover up piles and put a Band-Aid on what was going on in my home, okay? It was something you could not cover up. And I ran out of, it wasn't just time. It was, look, you cannot always fix things if you're looking at it through your own eyes, because it's your stuff. And you're going to take years to go through your stuff because each item, maybe you have put some sentiment on it. And that is so hard to break. So you need somebody who's looking at it completely a different way and just doing it and getting it done. So she rented the U-Haul. It was a large van. Priscilla, and a lot of times, okay, when you watch that show, Hoarder, I am not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder, but I can see how during the time when they're purging it, how that can be difficult. But I had already done so much work about purging and holding onto things and how to let it go that I had already relinquished it to her. When she said that she was going to take care of it, I trusted her because I trust her knowledge of my life. She knows what I need in my life where I work and I am a mom and I am a homemaker, what I need there and what I don't need. She knows me so well. And so we got that rental. She would not allow me to help pay for it. She wanted to do this. This is a Christmas present from her heart that she wanted to do. She loved it. She enjoys it. She's good at it. And she really, really, really gets a lot of satisfaction from the finished product. So we loaded it up. I couldn't believe it, Johnny. Oh, my gosh. The thing was full. We couldn't even fit another item in there because we got rid of a lot of tables and furniture as well, and also a big dresser that was an eyesore in Priscilla's room that she couldn't stand, and we had to get that out, and that cost a lot of money. And, it just was too much for me to plan it with it all being my own stuff. It just was too much. It proved to be because I wasn't able to do it. So we got it all into my big storage, even to where we have these 2 racks that pull out of clothes that allow me to have a wonderful aisle and a work table all organized with a turnkey operation of autograph signing, a place to hook the clothes, to take a photo, to get it, up for auction. A whole turnkey operation is happening now with my life. How perfect, how lucky am I to have a friend like that, and just not even to have a friend that would help me do it, but a friend that would know how to do it and to do it so perfectly right. And, I've just been sitting here since Christmas. She left a couple days after Christmas. Oh, my goodness, just in awe, just pinching myself. Is this really done?
Did she stay with you?
Don't you remember me always complaining about my stuff and how I'm just going to take another weekend of not doing anything and just stay home with my stuff to organize it. Clutter-free.
Did she stay with you?
Do you remember that, Johnny? Hold on. Yeah. I have my question first. Do you remember that?
I think so, yes.
Me complaining about the stuff. Okay.
Yes.
And now you want to know if my friend stayed with me? Well, yeah. What do you mean? Of course she stayed with me. Why do you ask if my friend stayed with me?
I didn't think that you had that big of an apartment.
I don't have a big apartment for some guy to be in my living room on the couch. That's what I don't have time or room or a head for, okay? So, you know what? My best girlfriend from Seattle, who knows me for like 25 years, is a lot different than you, who I know you're thinking about. Well, why can't you stay at my house?
No,
you can't because it's not appropriate. And if you want everybody to know why, now they do. Because you asked.
Go on.
You got your honest answer. All right. Yeah, my girlfriends stay at my house. Yes, they do. And, yeah, it's a small place. Everybody, I got a damn small place. Okay, now you know that, too. All right. Happy New Year to everybody. Let's try to be nice. Well, that's going to be difficult.
Actually,
really dumb questions.
Sorry. But actually, I think what's interesting about it is that she was really that nice of her to really know what it is that you needed. Because sometimes when people
That's
give
not
gifts,
being nice. That's not being nice to know what I needed. No. To know what I needed is being intuitive,
oh, that's true. Yeah,
highly
that's
intelligent,
true.
and
That's
a soul
true.
sister. Yeah.
That's
Being nice is taking the time out instead of, coming to Huntington Beach and going on beautiful hikes and going on a whale watching and a Christmas light cruise in Newport Beach. Yeah, that is nice that she went that, forgo, whatever the word is, but she didn't care about it anymore. She said, forget that, I want to do this, and she meant it, and I didn't feel bad at all because she meant it. And you know what? Another friend who is on the return of something kind and good needs to know how to accept it graciously, because it means so much to the person giving it. They want to give it, and so you need to be able to accept it. And I did, and I was honest about it. If I didn't want to give away something, I would just really straight out say, no, that I cannot part with that. But yet then we'd find the spot for it, so it's not right in my living space. So this is going to help me be so much more lucrative, successful, just on time. I can find things, and just a freeing experience, and what great timing for the beginning of the year for this to happen.
right.
And maybe then I will be able to buy a new big, huge place, and you can stay there too, Johnny. But you know what? They have some great motels down the street that are very affordable that we've been over a million times.
I would do the motel.
It's a
I would not stay there.
beautiful motel, hotel right there, cozy on the beach. A few of those 4-minute drive.
I would do the motel.
Not inland to where concrete and freeways are, but actually the other way, 4 minutes. If you look the other way on the map, west towards the beach, then you're going to be able to find your motel that's convenient for your visit. So all is well.
Right.
Tell me about your Christmas now.
Well, everybody came down for Christmas, and my sister Cassie bought her dog, Isabel, and all four of my sister's kids were down, and the autistic, they're all on the spectrum, and they have and it was really good. I mean, the food was good. I will tell you, one of the things that I've noticed is that there doesn't seem all the holiday. Actually, wait a minute. That's not exactly true. I think there is probably the New Year's Day. New Year's Day, I would say, is the only holiday where you can associate it to being fit. Because all the other holidays are associated with eating. If you notice, all the other holidays, there's a social expectation to eat a lot. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. But
I love it.
I know, but it's like it isn't until you get to New Year's Day that it's a Halloween. It's the only holiday where you're associated with. Okay, go to the gym.
I know. Well, and then a lot of people do, actually. What I did last week, I went to one of the gyms, and I just canceled it because I wasn't going to this one, and I don't want to waste money. And, they hope that they don't care if you go or not. They get you on that automatic payment deduction out of your account every month, and they just are making so much money. So be aware of it. If you're going to do a new workout plan, make sure that you do go. Let's just throw money out the window. I do go sometimes, but I went through the whole thing with Pilates here in Huntington Beach. It was okay, but I need more of a variety. So have you thought of anything new for exercise? I'm actually going to do something new.
I can
do it here in my home since I have a clear hardwood floor to do it on now.
I go for walks, and I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. Ooh, boy. It's just a yearly checkup.
Why? Why is
just
it, ooh? It's
I don't know.
Easy. Look at you.
Yeah, it's just a yearly checkup. And I mean, it's the doctor that that I go to see about. This is what's really weird. About a few years ago, my mom had a really high blood pressure scare, and my dad took her to the emergency room, and I think he was the doctor that saw her and treated her. And
her own husband?
What? Oh no! My father's retired. No, and he's a psychiatrist anyway. No, Dad just took her to the doctor. It's just sort of, it's really scary, when you think about your parents being sick.
I know. We don't really think about it very often. And then when it happens, you're still in disbelief. You don't believe it even when it is happening, which I didn't know. My mom was dying for the first 3 years. She was unsure if she told my brother and I. Well, she didn't, because if she did, we would have been acting a little differently. We would have been there every second. Like the 3 years that we did know that she was dying, we were there every single off day that we possibly could be there, So, no, we did not know. And it was unbelievable. And, Johnny, it still is unbelievable. I feel like, really, my mom passed away at 74 from a rare disease? That is so unbelievable to me. I can't even believe it. I just was never thinking that would happen to me.
My father is the biggest health nut there is. I mean, he it's like his dinner his lunch is like salmon, salmon is, yeah, and he'll eat like rice cakes with, is what he'll eat, and I mean, neither of them smoke. So they've been, my mom.
Who smokes?
What?
Who smokes?
Neither of them smoke. So.
Oh, good. Okay, so, wow. So, is she okay? I mean, when did this happen? Is she okay now?
This was a few years ago, but she's okay. She's okay. It's just that, I think the thing is that I'm trying to be my own person more, like for example, when I built the network, when I built the show and I built the network, and then I built the Roku channel, the Roku app, it's like it helps me become my own person, because this is something that I'm making that my father's not making, I mean, I'm making it with earned money, so it's like, that's the thing, and that is one of my New Year's resolutions, is to, like, my New Year's resolution, because I built the Roku app. I think my next thing I'm going to be building is a mobile app, and but the thing is that 1 year ago I started the network, and it was literally at Christmas that I started it, and so now I'm going to be working on the network.
So it's right on schedule, right? Do you have it right on schedule? Is it what you thought, the schedule of it launching?
Yeah, I was happy. I mean, that they said I have 200 channels. I built like 65 channels. I would say that I did good. That I have that what I made has turned into like, I'll tell you this. There's going to be a time when the people that are in the network or are working in the network, I'm going to arrange for them to meet you, because these, like there's for example, there's this one lady named Maureen, and every time I talk to her, I sort of, like the ideas are bouncing off of each other, it's like good, like clockwork. It works well. And the thing is that that's how I see you. You know, like if something involving the show is what I want to do, I immediately call you. I bounce off the ideas, and you're both these women that I have a lot of trust in what your opinion is. So there is going to be a time when the two of you are going to meet or talk, I should say.
Okay. Well, that's great. I just think it's so good that you have so many great people around you that you personally built. Just not what you build, but the people that you collect around you while you do build things and produce shows and networks and all, Johnny. The people around you, aren't you so grateful for them?
It is. I mean, I've actually made people emotional. I've made people kind of like, what? You know, oh my God, you're giving away an internet TV channel. Now I'm able to put things on Roku now, and it's just sort of, there's basically going to be three people that I want on the show to talk about the Roku thing when the time is right. But the thing is that I don't want to talk about business on the air, but we are talking about New Year's resolutions, and that's basically one of mine. But the thing is that what I like about it is I've always wanted to do things that people can be excited about and wanted to be a part of. And the show has always been that way with you, I think. You've always sort of, I love the way that you've had ideas, or that you will run into people and talk to them and want them on the show, you know, because you talk to them. And because I haven't held you back with talking to them, I like the way that you've been able to do that, like with your drum instructor. You remember that? And, you know.
Yeah, he was on the show. That's a great person to have on the show because he's one of the best ones in OC. But you know what? I don't even have to give him a plug because, hello, anyway, I will. Jeff Wolf, OC Drum School, as in Orange County. Well, he doesn't even have any room for any more people. Like he has a waiting list now. So he was on the show. Just keep his name. If you guys want to take drum lessons like I do, this guy's very fantastic. He's number one in all the searches anyway, Google and all that. So, yeah, everybody's doing great. Everybody around us seems to be happy and doing great as far as, you know, people that you've built their shows. Their
also
their personal channels, I mean. Their channels, right?
And also I should say that the network was created to supplement the show. It was created so that if we ever wanted guests or people to call in with questions, that I could go to the network and, you know, we would have that. It would always be some place where we could do. You understand? It would be a resource.
Yeah.
And so it's an interesting. It's interesting. I mean, I have. I'm looking forward to seeing what this year is going to be. You know.
Well, that's so great. And I feel like I don't even have to make my New Year's resolution, which would have obviously been, again, to clear out the clutter. And I don't have to now. So I get to think of something new to work on, which is, you know how much that is lifted off of my shoulders, that I don't have to do goals and do it through mountains of piles of clutter. Do you know now I could just have a goal and focus on it without maneuvering through a bunch of piles of crap, you know? So, Wow, I can't wait as well. Let's see how I do without this weighing on my shoulders, all this stuff, because it's not there anymore, everybody. And, oh, my gosh, have them write in and ask me how to get it done. I'll prepare them for the big purge. Because it will take
I wanted to tell you something else. I have this lady that I'm working with. You know, I built her channel, and And I told her, I said, well, like on my podcast, I am co-host with the Playboy Playmate. And she goes, oh, my God, really? And I went, well, yes. Oh, my goodness, I just find them so fascinating and so beautiful. That's what she said. And I said, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. One of these days, I'm going to arrange for her to and you to talk. And she goes, oh, thank you. So I sent her your profile so that she can friend request you. Her name is Jessica Louise.
Okay, I will look for her. I don't know where, though, because I do have Instagram, Facebook, about 4 different Facebooks, including, with Our Life After Happiness. So just let me know. Twitter.
She was fascinated by Playboy. She was always so fascinated with how beautiful all of you were. And so just let you know.
That is so nice. That's so nice. Where do I look for her? On Instagram, Facebook, or where?
Well, it's basically Jessica Louise is the name you look for. But I can send her a link to your profile. I can send her a link to her profile so you can friend request her if you like. But
I don't know. Let's just play it by ear now. Let's hope for the best, and I'll just try to look for her. I don't really send out requests. I wouldn't even. It would probably take me an hour to get to the point of figuring out how to do that. I don't have time for all of this little stuff.
I know, right?
Let's hope she finds me. That'd be great. And, why don't we stick with Life After Happiness people, send them to the Life After Happiness places. That would be so easy, right? Yeah, just do that.
True.
Because then I'll know I will only have 2 places to look. Because our Life After Happiness Facebook page, the only action it ever sees is when I act on it, and it needs other people to act upon it. Let's rev it up. Forget about the group that I had, the Playboy Playmate group. I was going to switch it over to, run it under Life After Happiness to help generate more for Life After Happiness. Forget that, because I think maybe Facebook is going to let me bring it back. I don't know. It's weird. I don't even care, because I just did that little group as a whim anyway. It went up to 50,000 members so quickly in a few years just because of the Playboy brand name is so up there. It was easy. But I never cared about it. I could care less about it. But what I do care about is monitoring what they do and what, because I don't care. So it's easy. I just monitor them. I'm not wanting to go knock on their door and see what their decision is. I could care less. Okay, you talk, please, because I've got to do something in the next 1 minute. Please, talk right now, Donnie, please.
Okay. So this has been an interesting show. I mean, I've been. I mean, it's so good to be, like January, and it's just. But I for a long time I was thinking, like, why aren't there any holidays where we get to associate with fitness? And it's true, we associate January 1st with fitness. The only problem is that it's in winter. I don't know if anybody remembers, but when we were kids, they had like a little thing in the spring called Field Day. I don't know if they had that where you are, where it was
what
events.
Day?
I don't know if you had this when you were young, but when I was young, they would always have, like, in the spring, a day that was associated with fitness. It was like Field Day, and it was run by PE.
I heard all that part. I just didn't know what you called it. I heard the whole thing about the school and the one day and all that. I just wanted to know, what do they call it? Field Day? What did you call it?
Field Day.
Trip. They call it a field. No, they call it a field trip.
Day. Field Day.
Can you spell that, please?
FEILD Day.
Yeah, field day. We had a field trip.
Oh.
Field trip. Yes, we had field trips.
No. Yes. This isn't a field trip. This was a day where we would do things like run races and jump and do obstacle courses. Something to get the kids out, exercising. It was run by the PE teachers.
Well, it sounds so fun. I would love field day.
But does Priscilla have anything like that at her school, or?
Priscilla, do you have field day where you do a lot of calisthenics and stuff? I mean, she's in high school. That's elementary school. Yes, she had it in elementary school. Those were fun. It's kind of like,
what was it called? I mean, but they usually have it in high school, too.
Yeah, she just said it was called field day. I didn't have field day. I had field trips, which are completely different than your field day, which I now know. I have never had a field day or something that was called a field day. Sorry, I haven't. Okay? Priscilla here has, so go on with your story.
But I'm just saying that it seems like there really isn't a whole lot of days that are holidays that are associated with eating well and exercising. I mean, you know,
no, not even like Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is the next one coming, right?
Yeah.
So Valentine's Day is all about chocolates, and I just polished off about 30-piece chocolate box myself in 2 days.
Easter.
Yeah, I'm ready for another box. Bring it on,
Easter,
everybody.
Like July the 4th, everybody eats hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah. Let's go through it, Johnny. Okay, February, Valentine's. March, St. Patrick's Day. Seems like we just had that, right, Priscilla? St. Patrick's Day, Kurt's birthday. We always spend it with him. So that's about what? Having fun, and it's not so much about eating. Drinking green beer. Green beer. That's that.
And then there's Easter.
It's Irish.
And Easter is associated with like eggs and Easter eggs. Right.
Chocolate bunny. Sure. Lots of Easter candy.
I mean, it's just I just don't see what happens.
Easter.
Yeah.
May. What's in May? Mother's Day. June. Nothing.
Mother's
July.
Day. Yeah, they always go see. Everybody goes sees their mom and takes their mom out to lunch. Okay.
Everything's about food, but that's human life, really. That's why I don't think that you should ever deny yourself. Gosh, have your wonderful confections and cake and pies. Can you imagine if you didn't ever get to eat that? Well, if you have a sweet tooth. But what if you couldn't eat salty?
But I'm just saying that there isn't a day where we get to all go out and exercise and run races with each other. You know, it was, I don't know.
Is there one now? Are you trying to?
I can't think of any.
Let's know about it.
No, I do think that there is there's probably a national day, but the thing is that that's not a national holiday. I mean, the only reason you hear about those days is when they bring it up on the news, or when it's it's always, well, today is national, in the news. I mean, holidays, you're not supposed to know it because the news people tell you. It's because you're just supposed to know. You don't find out it's Halloween.
I don't think it would be that popular, Johnny. Nobody do diet days.
Well, I'm not talking about a diet day. I'm talking about an exercise day. Something to get everybody active.
There's got to be one. I bet if you looked it up right now, you'd be looking at one. It's some kind of... Oh, what about the Invictus Games?
The what?
Yeah, you're right. That's not even American. Holiday like the Olympics? Yeah. Let's turn that into a holiday. People come over together. Johnny, is this a 30-minute show?
Yeah, it's just a 30-minute show. But do you want to do the shout-out? Or?
Yes, but I really did enjoy talking about this so much. The most wonderful Christmas present a person could get is an act of generous, kind friendship from the goodness of somebody's heart. Wow, that happened to me. You had a wonderful family. Everybody's healthy, happy together. No traumatizing events taking place for you. That's wonderful. You have been successful opening your production of the Roku network, your Severe network, a year ago, and now watching it blossom into fruition with these wonderful, talented people that you are going to help become a business, have a business of their own. So thank you, Johnny. And plus, our Life, Laughter, Happiness show, which now it's 4 years I've been on it, which I enjoy so much, so thoroughly. And then we do help people with giving them free psychic readings every Friday, which is always fun, with our good friend Psychic Del Shear. And just plugging away. And by the way, I did get a wonderful inquiry email from a person who wants to feature our show somewhere special. So I will be talking to you about that, and that'll be exciting this year. So thanks, Johnny, and here's to another wonderful year working with you on Life, Laughter, Happiness, and so much success going your way with your new network. And I would be happy to meet all of your networkies. All right.
Okay, I will set it up. I will definitely set up the show with the three of them. Okay.
Okay, great. And everybody, follow us on Blog Talk Radio so you get all the updates on our future shows. We will talk to you in a couple of days on Friday, and we will see you on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Life, Laughter, Happiness across the board. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year.